What's up, guys? So here we are, another week. We have ourselves a new event, and I don't remember last time if I pointed it out, but my vitality finally hit, and it's just all the vitality I had saved up for any future UBPs. Been focusing into them evolutions and no longer stack vitality at all. But I would have to stack some for Rio Guardian for at least 2 days when it shows up. Just to give you guys a bit of an update, Hell vs Ichigo almost at 1 million physical attack. I ended up getting one of the Hogyokus. Well, I already got the Hogyoku in the last video, but this time around I ended up leveling it up, and it gave me like a 20k physical attack boost, which is very nice, as well as the Evos, Kokuto, Hellverse, as well as Sexty Kukaku on level 7, and Toshiro, I believe I'm on level 8 at this point, 1.74 million speed. I also have the accessories for Wisdom to max and stamina or strengths on Hellverse when I get the chance, but Alliance campaigns is takes a while to level them up, especially 140s. They require a lot more crystals than 130s, but the stat boost they give is pretty crazy. So the only events I'm paying attention to at this point is Shinji's gift box, as well as Ultimate Arsenal whenever those come around. It is going to be a long year if I'm trying to reach a lot of power as well. But it's honestly not been going too bad. As far as me getting levels, it adds up my BP really quickly. So just slightly need to work on equipment. As well as Hogus. Hogus are a big problem. That's why I'm going to be doing Shinji's gift box every month when I can. I did end up getting Shinso Gin. Now, I still haven't messed with the whole Toshiro freeze in PvE, let alone Void region. Well, Void was there yesterday, and I did do it, but, you know, I still didn't mess around with the speed, so maybe by next Void, if I actually have the energy to mess around my entire formation, then I'll actually use Shinso, because Shinso's really good for Fury generating. And the trick with Toshiro is make him skill last after your team goes, so you can freeze your enemy, then they basically skip their attack and it goes back to your team attacking. Shinso would give Toshiro the Fury to keep skilling every single turn, which is really good. And it's just a pain because my Toshiro is so fast that I'd have to like distribute his equipment and speed all over the team if I want to make him the slowest, because I have to make everybody else faster than him. And it's a huge pain, you know. It makes me consider in the future to just maybe ditch him and get, like, I don't know, Hashwalt or somebody else run a more defensive formation, because it gets frustrating having to drop so much speed when he's my fastest. But these events, we got Make Money, which this ended, so you got the second part with this rebate. This rebate kind of sucks. I mean, it's never been good, even if you do all 5 days. Unless you do maybe 50k recharges every single day for 5 days, then you'll get yourself a good-ass rebate. But yeah, who's going to be doing 50k gold every single day for 5 days? Like, that's just something else. Mysterious Puzzle is always the same thing. Good for Hogu Enhances or level 4 Spirit Stones boxes. They got Gerard here, and he's a Vanguard I'd like to upgrade to in the future. You know, I would even get Bankai Kenpachi to mess around with him, or even for Toshiro's Bond, but Valkyrie is really good because his skill increases all allies' attack and defense by 30%, decreasing enemy speed by 20% for 2 rounds. And he also has a modification that gives 40% defense for all allies. So for a full defense setup, he's the reason why I want to have him. Plus, he's immune to Mutilate. I mean, he's pretty much unkillable when he's so stacked. But he doesn't heal. I don't think he heals, at least, unlike Kukaku. He doesn't have any sort of... When he gets killed, he restores max HP to all allies and gives 100% speed as well as 50% attack for one assaulter. So he's just very, very tanky without the healing. But immune to mutilation, I mean, it's very hard to kill him. Bleach Treasure Map is here. It also gives you like 140 accessories. It's an alright event if you're trying to sped. Super Gold Wheel, nothing special either. Serite attack is back. Like, damn, I remember when the Serite attack used to be extinct, but now it's returning frequently. Raptures of Khan is here with Bankayama and all these other items. I was also looking into getting myself more red Hogyoku fragments, because I want to get that physical attack as well as damage rate one. But it's, I don't know, it's going to be expensive. when it comes to spending coupons, you could directly start into the Hogyoku feature, which I was asking around my Discord, and Yojimbo told me it could get you, I think, for 16k coupons, you can get 600 of these red fragments. But I need 2,000, so it's very expensive to get myself that. I have to wait for a holiday event. Otherwise, I think they said Raptures of Khan is good for red Hogyoku frags. I mean, you have here for some, yeah, 8k recharge gives you 100 of them. I don't think you can actually spend for them though in any of these boxes. Here's 50 for 2k. So it seems like it'll be very expensive to get 2,000 of them, unless a holiday event comes around where it's really good for recharging. And I was also told that Bankai Power is pretty good for red Hogyokus as well, because of the puzzles. So you basically spend puzzles and you can redeem them directly, which it's 2 points for 10. I'm not sure what the price to gold is from this event, but this one seems like a really good one for red Hogyoku fragments, and that's something I'm looking out for. But for now, that's just another thing for me to consider. I'm just gonna wait for my Hogus because that needs to get fixed first. And I also have 18k coupons left over, which will get me another day or another event cycle into Visored. So all the coupons I had stacked up managed or allowed me to do basically three events of Visored Revenge, which is really good. So I'm still unsure if I want to grab my final level 12 agility by then, or just go for red Hogyoku fragments. But I did want to go over the leaks as well as the future updates for this game this year, just because it's kind of a slow week, not much has been going on in Bleach, besides just power raising. So we have a lot of stuff to look forward to in this year. Now, you may have heard of the new equipments that China received. Not sure when we'll be getting them, but it might be within a couple of months' time. So here you are seeing the new one. It's called the Twilight Set. It's level 140, but it's the third upgrade after Windchaser. So we have 3 new upgrades, and you can see some crazy shit. I mean, these are the top Chinese players. They have like 79 character slots, 68 character slots. Like, that alone is expensive. But you see here, Hellverse Ichigo as well as the Mukin. Both of them have 2.3 million physical attack, but Hellverse Ichigo is actually leading in the attack for that. I mean, he has like 9k more. Then they also have HP, which pretty sure Mukin has more HP than that. Hellverse Ichigo has higher physical defense, and Hellverse has higher speed. Now, those are just scary. Like, that is the god Hellverse Ichigo right there, just seeing them on a battle power. But these are the new sets. They give a lot more stats over everything else that we have right now. I think it's like almost triple the stats of a Windchaser. Maybe at least twice as good as it is. And you also have an added stat to the equipment set, which is, I think, either 9% aid rate or 9% combo rate. So that's something new to look forward to. But this is like a super whale feature. I mean, they do not cost cheap at all. Here you have just a comparison, which I believe is either the first upgrade. I think it's the first upgrade after Windchaser. So it gives 13k attack compared to 21k. So compared to Windchaser, it's gonna be almost twice as good, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, I think the cost is more ridiculous than anything else. So let me show you guys. Okay, this is gonna be hard to see on the video, but just so you can see the Asachi upgrades, it goes from 150, 300, 450, 600, 750. Then you have Windchasers going to 220 or 2,250, and then you have the upgrades, which themselves go to 3,120 to 3,000 and like 800. I don't even know. The numbers are really small to see, but it's like 3,960, I think. And then the last one, which we don't have an image of, is the very last piece, which I think it's called the Twilight equipment. That's at least the translation we got from Google or whatever. And it's 4,800 each. Now, you'll be seeing like these cost reduction stuff, but that's basically the plan that Rythen is trying to suggest to the developers, is with the addition of the 3 new sets that maybe they could lower the cost of Windchasers to 1,500 each instead of 2,250 each. and slightly lower the cost of all the new equipments because it is a lot of Asachi. So to picture this, right now, without any sort of cost reduction, you need 13,500 Asachi to get yourself a Wind Chaser set. And that is our current cap. Which is understandable because this is the highest set that we can upgrade to. So of course it's going to be expensive. But with the addition of these 3 sets, they make Wind Chaser look cheap. Because it scales from like 900 to 2250. And then these are 3,000, 4,000 almost, and almost 5,000. So it's a lot. If it was changed to 1,500 each, instead of spending 13,500 Asachi, you only have to spend 9,000. Now, this isn't a guarantee that it's going to work and the devs will approve it. I know a lot of people that already have Wind Chaser sets will complain and want to get themselves like an Asachi refund. But, you know, the point is that it's going to help everybody else out. Even for people who already have the Wind Chaser sets fully upgraded, you'll have a discount on the next ones. So it would be nice if everything got discounted. But yeah, it would upset people that already have everything Wind Chaser, I guess. You know, if you have one Wind Chaser set, okay, it sucks too because you pretty much could have had 4,000 more Asachi from it. But, you know, it's a good idea. But otherwise, the next set upgrade, well, the first upgrade after Wind Chaser would be 18,720 Asachi to upgrade fully. If you have the cost reduction, it'd be 15,000. The second upgrade would be 23,760. If it does get a cost reduction, it'd be 21,000. And then the very last one, it costs 28,800 Asachi. Even with a slight discount, you know, it only goes down by 50 Asachi, which is pretty much, I guess, if we could get all the other cost reductions, it'd be reasonable. But that alone would still cost you 28,500. So, if you are at Wind Chaser and you want to upgrade all the way to the last set, it is going to cost you way too much Asachi. It is at about, let me get this calculated here, 71,280 Asachi. That's you going 3 levels from Wind Chaser all the way to the last one, which is the tier 9 or tier 10 equipment, whatever it is. That is way too much Asachi. Like, even all Wind Chaser, you could get all your sets Wind Chaser and still have like 20k left over. You know, that is not a joke. But these are new equipments. You know, it raises the battle power, makes PvP more competitive in China. It has a lot of stuff to take in. Now, here we get to the good stuff. We have partner information and a new Zanpakuto. So, these are all, I guess this just confirms we'll be getting them sometime this year. A lot of things may change. This is not, we don't have any stat info or ability information, none of that. We just have the sort of design concept. So take what you will from this. But the first partner, well, it's not in any particular order. We don't know which one is coming first or not. But this is what I have. And it's all from what Rythen was showing us. So we have ourselves a TLA Byakuya from the Fullbring arc. I mean, he honestly needs to get himself a good event partner because there was only Hakuteiken Byakuya, and he's a CSB reward. And then the first Byakuya event partner we actually had to spend all gold into was Gentle Byakuya, and he was trash. He's garbage. So finally, a good... This should be the good Byakuya. I mean, I honestly hope that this redeems him in the game. There you have like all the kind of stuff and the animations they might be going for. As far as all the Chinese text on the right side, no idea what that means. But we don't have any info on abilities or stats, none of that. Not even the qualities. At least we know that these partners are coming. After Byakuya, we have ourselves Ginjo. We're finally getting Fullbrings in the game because, like, geez, this game has been out for how many years and we haven't had any Fullbring partners. So this is Ginjo right here, basically after he goes Bankai. You know, there's really not too much you can get from this. You see the animations. Maybe they'll have like maybe he'll have a burn or something like that. That's what that G image shows. But all in all, it's just like a sketch of how the partners should work out. I mean, Ginjo seems like he'd be a cool partner in the game. And you have Tsukushima as well. So we have 3 partners from the Lost Agent series, which is the whole Fullbring arc. Tsukushima, Byakuya, and Ginjo coming out. You know, it's It's nice. Eventually they could do, you know, full bring Ichigo, Waifu Riruka, it's like so many others. Maybe we can actually get a good chat in the game for once. And then we skip to the good stuff. We have more manga characters, or from the 1,000-Year Blood War coming out, which we're getting ourselves an Uryu, which is something we needed. I mean, I don't think there's no event partner Uryu. The only Uryu we have is the 110 Tavern. So there's gonna be a new Uryu from the Holy Watch arc, and it's gonna be exciting. I mean, I would assume he'll be an assaulter. I don't see him as a vanguard, and I don't see him as maybe a support. I don't know, but new Uryu is nice. And then we have ourselves a new Sternritter. After I think Bambiata was the last one, or Bazby, maybe Bazby was the last one. We get ourselves Askin, which is gonna be pretty awesome. I mean, he was like having to fight Yorichi, Grimjaw, and Kisuke. He would. I assume that he would be an orange partner. Definitely be a legendary tier. I hope that they make him good, because the Sternritters haven't been too exciting. I mean, but Askin is supposed to be the next Sternritter that we'll be getting. And then the new Zanpakuto, which is a fan art drawing, because we have not seen the materialization of it, just like Ryujin, Jaka, and Kyoka Suigetsu. Which, seeing the paintbrush, you already know it's Marshmallow Zanpakuto, Ichimonji. I honestly say that this design, if it does end up looking like it, it's gonna look real nice. But despite all these images you're seeing, the characters that we get this year might not look anything close to this. So, like I said, this is just for you guys to see. At least it lets us know that we're gonna get ourselves new stuff. This Zanpakuto looks pretty cool. I was hoping for Nozarashi. I still find it surprising that they would skip to the Zero Division Zanpakutos when we still don't have a Benihime or a Nozarashi. I mean, I was still hoping for those two. But Ichimonji seems like it's gonna be the next Zanpakuto. I honestly think the design is wonderful though. I approve of that. It's a really good design. Especially because it has to be fan made. We never seen Zero Division Zanpakutos materialized. So, assuming we have that Zanpakuto come out throughout the first half of the year, we might get a second Zanpakuto towards the second half of the year. Maybe these partners are going to be lined up for, you know, the entire half of 2018. Maybe we can get ourselves something else for the second half. But anyway, as far as the Asachi situation goes, I'm going to save my Asachi until we get these equipments. Because if Rythen's idea gets accepted and Wind Chasers go down in price, I don't want to end up regretting it. And if it does end up getting that cost reduction, I already have 12,000 Asachi. So basically I would get to only spend 9,000 of it. And I'll keep the other half and work on other sets, which I need to work on other sets. My power, if I was to get at least level 80 sets on everyone, probably get like 7.5 mil, if not a little bit more. And it's just, yeah, I really need to work on the sets, especially for Helvers. And I still think about, like, what if Toshiro's, like, 130 set? It gives good stats. Even if I upgraded to 140, it wouldn't give me too much of a stat boost, but at least it gets that set done with. Now that they have these new sets coming out, doesn't even matter if I get a Wind Chaser set, because those sets will be the next thing to go for. So if a Wind Chaser ends up getting a cost reduction, I will get it. If it doesn't get any cost reduction and stays that expensive, I don't know, maybe I'll just start working on all the other sets. Because at this point, I'm trying to balance out my formation and get as much power as I can. CSB also screwed up. Now, I registered the first day. Pretty sure everybody here registered the first day. But only Furia managed to get points on his main and his ult. For me, I got no points. So it drops me back to the rank 30s. I want to apologize in advance for people that get blocked. I only registered full formation, assuming I'd be like top 5 or top 6 in points. But the points didn't register at all. So I'll register without the formation until I build it back up to like top 5. But yeah, it's just weird CSB glitch. But I'll clear CSB in this video since we have the time for it. Don't think there's anyone. Yes, like, only Severin is the only person that I normally fight in CSB. But you'll get to see all these fights There has been a real nasty comeback fight. You know, despite me fighting, I fight Kokutos in Huacamundo. I don't fight them in CSB. And even when my Toshiro doesn't skill first round, I still manage to win sometimes. So I guess I'll show you guys that fight as well. It's what happened when Binax was doing CSB on my account. And it was just wow. You know, Hellverse is just the god. I love the combo between Kokuto and Hellverse himself. If they... I don't know what the next partner could be, because we've seen between all those concepts, we just had a support release, and we had an Hellverse before him. So is it time for another Vanguard? Out of all these partners, I honestly doesn't feel like any of them may be suited as Vanguard. Maybe Askin could be a Vanguard, and I could kind of see that. At this point, my formation doesn't need to change besides Kukaku. And pure power is literally the only way to go. Just try to make my Hellverse Ichigo hit as hard as possible, just to kill every single Mukin in the game, because I'm tired of him. I really am. You know, the Mukin meta is frustrating. I'm still surprised I didn't make a full rant video of just complaining about Mukins, because he gets really annoying, especially when people full stack him. And seeing that whole Hellverse Ichigo from China with the new 150 set, it just was like, wow. I was just, I was shocked to see how strong he gets. The fact that he gets stronger than you know, the Mukin we saw. I don't know. Maybe if that guy got a Mukin, he'd probably have more physical attack, because Mukin still has higher growth rates for strength. But just seeing that Mukin compared to that Ichigo, the fact that Ichigo can rival him is wow. You know, I hope to have my Ichigo so stacked to the point where he can rival other Mukins. It just sucks when I'm focusing on Toshiro, because the exclusives alone and the equipment set to Hellverse would give me a huge difference. But it wouldn't even matter, because I would have to make a 130 weapon, since you can't give him a Keto weapon. So, only time will tell. For now, I've just been straight focusing power. Everything's been alright. I do want to mess around with Void. So, next Void should be in 3 days on the 12th. I'm going to see if I can drop my Toshiro speed enough and give everyone else speed. The main is the biggest issue. I mean, he has like no speed at all. And it doesn't even matter if he attacks, or he has to attack because he's stuck in the formation. So I just need him to go after Toshiro. I have myself some Hogus and speed. Yeah, I mean, I just have to make it work. The problem is, I think the exclusives themselves, as well as the modifications that Toshiro gets for speed and the bond, is going to make him faster than all my other partners regardless of what I do. That's, I think, the biggest concern I have for doing that Void Region formation. So if I do end up getting Gerard in the future, I can get myself Hashwalt and drop Toshiro and only use Toshiro for PvE. Or if there's, you know, a new Vanguard, which there has to be. I'm certain that the next Vanguard is going to be, or at least the next event partner is going to be a Vanguard. Like, they've done a support, assaulter. I don't know when the last time a Vanguard came out, but that's just going to be like that. Another thing is, people have been asking about Ultimate Battle Power, which the next Ultimate Battle Power, we're going into the swimsuits. It's supposed to be Shinemu. I'm not sure if I said this in the last video, but she is really good when it comes to chaosing enemy assaulters, and she has a depth mod where it chaoses supports. So it's a very, very interesting choice. I mean, they kind of skipped Senju. They also skipped, I think, Namaya. They only did Hikifune and Ichibe into Ultimate Battle Power. I need to get myself a Senju in the future as well for the Karakura Town Festival. Karakura Town Festival for the Zero Division Connection gives you like a level 9 Spirit Stone box, some other stuff, but the most important thing I think for me would be the character slots. You can get yourself one free character slot upgrade every time Karakura Town Festival comes out to redeem it. So if I can rent Senju, I would do that no problem. Otherwise, I wish I had the Vitality to grab her. But I'm working on Evos. So it's not gonna work out. I have to get myself. I'm trying to max Toshiro's Evo because he needs the extra Fury against Kokuto's. But I think you still have to have a level 9 full Fury set, as well as Red Psychic Enchant on your weapon and max Evo, so Kokuto Fury drops don't affect the Toshiro. It takes a lot of Fury to counter it. And I am trying to work on a 3rd Fury set for my Vanguard in hopes of me changing Kukaku for somebody else out. Or even for Kukaku. I mean, why not get an extra T1 into the team? And since Helver's always skills, I don't have to worry about him. You know, I was wondering, because his basic attack, he doesn't have a basic attack, it makes it so he always skills. I was wondering that if you have 100 Fury, does it, like, it should enhance his skill damage. So, if he's doing this much damage at 50 Fury, what would happen if he had full Fury? Because I think it's like, for every 4 points of Fury, you get like 1% damage increase. So, I'm wondering if giving HVI Fury actually does increase his damage, which it should, like every other partner. That's why, like, Mukins are especially dangerous, because they usually sit around 200 Fury points. I mean, they will one-bang your life regardless. So it is an interesting concept. And Toshiro goes to 75 Fury after a skill, so Shinso will give him over 100 each time, no problem. And I do want to try that out. I want to see the brokenness when it comes to the freeze bug. It reminds me of the Brazil days for Ryoka as well as Evil Spirit. But that was different. You only had to use yourself Yawatch or White Ichigo, anyone that could drop damage rate from a skill. And you would use the Broken God Ishin for a lot of combo. You know, Toshiro himself, I really do need the Void damage, because my Helvers can't survive it. He doesn't survive Void, and the Mukins are the ones that are always surviving and just giving me a lot of issues, but it's alright. Still have to catch up on power. It's been hard catching up in this game when I've been out for so long. Just requires a lot of top-ups, honestly. So, New Year's event is good for recharging. Maybe I'll recharge a little bit for that. Kind of curious to see what's going to come out, but for sure, Dragon Boat Festival might be as big as Christmas was, because that event is stuck in me. It's probably the best event in the game when it comes to it. You guys will never forget those Brazil moments if you've seen the streams, especially the videos. Also, if you guys would like to get some kind of video from the Brazil account, maybe I can get something out in the upcoming week with CSB. Binix took over the Brazil account, has been using it. I think he got Kokuto as well as Hashwalt, so that account is... It's funny because in a way that account is competing against my account. And it's just, you know, you just gotta see the difference in what Brazil can get and what we can get. So 300 points, 360 points, I mean, it's gonna take a while. The thing is, everyone has shitty points. Like, the points alone will put me legit at 3rd. And it's probably my fault, because I probably blocked most of the CSB that fights me today, since I dropped down to the 30s, but I'll see where I end up tomorrow. I should be able to take 3rd or 4th in the CSB now, no problem. So that is exciting. But as far as power raising goes, I've been trying to get experience. 142 on Helver's. Just trying to level everybody up before I reincarnate again, which might be actually quite a bit. I'm almost at 4k stones. So I could either reincarnate Toshiro or Kokuto, or just save for the 5th reincarnation for Helver's. Well, I actually wouldn't mind reincarnating my main, because he's been stuck at 159. But it's such a waste, you know, spending 2,000 stones just to give him 3rd RI when he's so useless. I also actually didn't notice it, but the experience you get from slaves actually count towards your partners as well, not just your main. I honestly thought it was the main for the longest. I forgot to show you guys this a couple of weeks ago, but I started enslaving because there's only one person that could slave, and I obviously can't slave Furia because he's way too strong for the experience. On another thing, that this was something I wanted to show on video way back when. Is basically the Jugokucho bug. So with Shinigami Agent, it's a helpful bug, by the way. So please, Go Games, don't fix this shit. We have ourselves 2 free chances with Shinigami Agent. What you basically want to do is do 1 free summon and do a bulk. Now the bulk says it's going to use 108 gold or coupons, but it's not. Pay attention to the top. Alright, I need to enable the mouse just so I can show you guys. So it says 108 coupons, and then look at the coupons in gold up here. Now for the Go Games version, for sure, this does not use your resources. See? Your silver went up, but gold and coupons stays the same. So you always want to do 1 bulk if you have Shinigami Agent. Gives you a lot of silver. It really does make a difference because it's free. For other versions, I don't know if it works. You know, you could try it once, risk it. But it's a very helpful bug. I was trying to show this for maybe like the last few weeks, but I always forgot in the videos. And probably by the end of this year, I'll end up being VIP 10 if I keep purely focusing on power. Is there any way I can actually get 7.3 million? So Hellverse did get 50 exclusive, and I kind of want to go for Kokuto. 500k speed, 479k. It's really dangerous to raise his exclusives. Like, let's raise 1 level. I mean, I should at least go for the next exclusive skill level that enhances growth rates is 40, so I should at least go for 40. So let's see how much speed he gets. We get 7.3 million BP as well. He gets 2k speed, so it's safe to go a couple of levels. Well, just 2 more. And just in case I get anyone else to level up. Okay, someone levels up, so the BP goes up further. Every single level up gives me 5k BP. It would be pretty... It seems like it'd be simple to reach 8 mil if I had the levels as well as the... What was it? I said it in the beginning. Equipments, there we go. So if I had equipments upgraded as well as levels, maybe like a little more into accessories and Hogus, I'd easily be 8 mil without really having to like recharge for anything or change too much. I could also save my reincarnation stones to reincarnate another partner and just inherit them for XP books. So that's also a suggestion, I guess. But for now, I would suggest everyone to hold off on making Wind Chaser sets. Wait to see what happens when we get ourselves the update, because if we end up having to spend less, it's gonna help so much. But it's a thing you have to pray for. We gotta hope to see that the developers are reasonable enough to do so. But I'll show you guys that bonus clip of the... You know, everyone always said Kokuto is gonna destroy Toshiro's. It's not always the case, guys. Just because someone can counter you, or a specific partner. You know, Shinsui was the self-proclaimed Muken counter. And he can either counter him or he can get destroyed. Either way, it depends on the person you're fighting and depends how stacked you are. There was also, I think, a rumor that just came to mind of someone releasing that's going to be like another Muken counter. So I wonder which one of these partners are going to be an attempt to counter him again. But let me go show you guys that fight. Alright, so this is when Binix was doing Huacamundo on my account and faced Jocelynate in the final battle of Huacamundo. So this is similar to... I wanted to run Hashwalt with Kokuto because it was Yojimbo's suggestion for a full tank team. But Mugetsu is just a horrible choice. I mean, there should be a Gerard to give everybody way more defense because of the Halo stacking. But basically, this is how the fight goes. So, fight starts. I'm faster with Toshiro, probably just because of the 10% reduction speed to everyone on the enemy team. But the hit and Kokuto's mod prevents me from skilling. So it's like, the shield from Kokuto getting hit goes to Hellverse, which is nice. Kokuto gets destroyed after that. Muken ends up tanking it. Second round, Muken gets frozen because Toshiro can skill. And there's the magic. So even when Kokuto is designed to counter, now this is not like an everyday scenario, you know, and you won't always win when a Toshiro gets stopped by a Kokuto. You know, this was probably a good amount of luck, but it was a good fight. And Hellverse ended up one banging the Muken at the end. I really need to get that immune to lacerations though. It's a very important modification to stop healing on the enemies when he skills. In this fight, even though he didn't skill first round, wouldn't have mattered. But in other fights where I do skill first and actually get it off, it would work out. But that's all for today's video. I'll catch you guys next time.